All right, folks, it's your boy Jakari once again, Twisted Nightmare Gaming, and I'm back again with Austin.
Hey,
we're over here at the PPG Invitational again, and he's got another deck for you guys. What you got this time, man?
Today, I got Cyber Dragon for you. Shout out to my boy Pete back at AU. He told me how to play this deck. This deck is insane. Like the OTKs you can do going second, and since everyone goes first, I feel like it's just real nice today. I like Cyber Dragons.
Go for it.
So let's start it off. Naturally, I run 3 Cyber Dragons because I'm not Yassine, some guy who runs some really whack Cyber Dragon builds, but...
Oh man, he's taking shots at my man Yassine.
Yeah, bro, I tried his build, I gotta be honest. You seem pretty cool with it. It's pretty dog shit. It's pretty bad. But I run 3 Cyber Dragon because Machine Dupe, Noxter,
when I saw
Cyber
he
Dragon.
played, I'm not gonna shit you. When I saw that one, it kind of hurt my soul.
It did.
And then I think he was rocking the common one too, the common version.
I'll try. You know, I really tried the build, but it's.
I was like, this printing. That's my favorite printing of Cyber Dragon. Everybody knows that, but the common printing of that hurts my soul.
Oh yeah, bro. Like the white version of this is just straight worse. Like I'm pretty sure if you get the black one, you just win more games. But that's just me. Next, best monster of the deck. Cyber Dragon Core. When you normal summon, you can add a Cyber Dragon spell or trap. It is mandatory though, so if they have a negate, it's something you want to watch out for because you can't just choose not to activate the effect. And in the graveyard, if you have no monsters, you can banish him to play a Cyber Dragon card, not just Cyber Dragon from your deck. That comes up a lot, so if you ever have a chance to dump something to the grave, he's one of the best targets for it.
Yeah.
Oh, and pretty much all of them are Cyber Dragon on field and grave. That'll come up a lot for some of the card effects. We have 3 Cyber Dragon Hers. With this card, when it's sent to graveyard, by any means, attaches X5Z material, discard. You can search a Cyber Dragon from deck or get a Cyber Dragon from grave. And it's only regular Cyber Dragon.
Yeah.
But the thing is that since all of them are Cyber Dragon and grave, what it actually says is you can get any Cyber Dragon monster from your graveyard to your hand or search raw Cyber Dragon.
Yep.
Next, 3 Cyber Dragon Noxter. With this card, you can discard a monster in hand, special summon it, and when it's normal or special summon, you target a monster with 2100, I think it's attack or defense from grave, special summon it. That's Cyber Dragon.
That's why when Sam did his version of this deck, he checked the 1 copy of Dingirsu in his extra deck.
Yeah, a lot of people like running Dingirsu because you can actually bring it back with Noxter.
Because it's got 2100 defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this card, but I don't run Dingirsu, but with Nova and Infinity, it is still really good.
Of course.
I run the 1 Vier. The reason I like Vier is if you open Vier or a Search and Core, you can normal summon Core, activate effect, it's mandatory, and then you can chain block with Vier in hand, so that they can't ash the Core, because Core resolving is pretty core, you know, to get your combos going.
I hate you.
Haha, you know. And he special summons himself, that's his effect, and then all the Cyber Dragons get 500 off field. It's really just material for like a link, but it also chain blocks Core, so it's pretty important. I run 3 Galaxy Soldier. For people who don't know, it's just you discard a light monster.
It's a free level 5 in this deck.
Exactly.
And
light machine.
Yes.
Yeah, you special summon it. When it's summoned, you search on the Galaxy Soldier. So the way you want to have this card work is you want to have Galaxy Soldier effect, you discard hers, and then you go effect 1, chain, effect 2, hers, and then you can get a Cyber Dragon from grave or deck to hand and add the other Galaxy Soldier.
Then you can tribute summon Cyber Dragon.
Oh no. And then let's say you get, you know, from deck, or let's say you get Core from grave, and then you already have the discard for the other Galaxy Soldier. So these 2 together, you can link them into Nova, and then play another, get Infinity. Yep. This card is amazing for getting your XYZ started. So, for the non-Cyber cards, or non-Galaxy Soldier either, I consider him Cyber. He's pretty much one of us. I run 1, Jikarizu. He's just a Kaiju. He's machine and light, so you can discard him for Galaxy Soldier, or you can search him off for Paraplane, which I'll show you in a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can always contact him away after you play him, so he can be really good for breaking boards. And then for hand traps, I run 2 Veeler, and don't kill me, but I run 2 Ogre, and yes, they're not the matching card arts, I'm so sorry. The reason I run
Why would that bother me?
Oh, it bothers me. Every night I think about it, it hurts. But I run these two specifically just because they're light monsters. So you can discard them for Galaxy Soldier. And I just think they're really good right now in the format. Get outs for Spell Village. Come on, you know? Good stuff.
Going back to your Ultra guys one, I was actually kind of surprised you weren't running Secret Village. Just to do the lockdown on people.
I used to side deck it, but ever since Striker left, I'm trying to get a feel for the meta before I put that in. 'Cause I'm not too sure what it's doing. But I run the 3 Cyber Emergency. The card's just busted. Add a Light Machine or a Cyber Dragon monster. And if they Solemn Judgment it, you can just discard a card to add it back. Not if they ash it, they have to negate the activation of it, that's card effect. But it's a huge consistency booster. You add core, add another one.
Without that card, this deck is kind of hurt. It hurts.
It really does.
This deck struggles royally.
Yeah, and this is also one of the best core targets for searching, since you can just add a monster with core now too.
Yep.
I run just 2 Repair Plant. I don't like 3 because if I open with 2, it can be hard to sometimes get play started with it. But with 2, you can add it, you can use it. If you have a Cyber Dragon in grave, you can search for Light Machine or shuffle a Cyber Dragon from your grave back in the deck. If you have 3 or more Cyber Dragons, which is really any Cyber Dragon monster, you can do both. So I just think it's a real solid card. We got the 1 Rev system, which is Monster Reborn from grave or hand, and then it can't be destroyed by card effects. It actually comes up sometimes when you try to play Seeger, since it's really hard to destroy Seeger by battle. I'll show you that card in a bit. And then, they try to pop it and you just can't, Rev system. Because a lot of people don't really think about that because they expect the card to be gone, just a material. You can also search that out with course, that's pretty good. I'll run 3 Machine Dupe. Since all the Cyber cards are Cyber Dragon on board, if I have Hers, Noxter, Core, you can play Machine Dupe, play 2 Cyber Dragons, Nova, Infinity, all that good stuff. This card, I feel like if you resolve Machine Dupe and you lose, you probably fucked up some way. This card gets
there's no problem. There's no problem.
Yeah,
you fucked up. I know that is because it's happened to me.
Yeah, exactly. I run 3 Call by the Graves. It's really just to stop Ash for Machine Dupe, Core, Cyber Emergency, Repair Plan. There's just a lot of searching in this deck, and it's just a generically solid card. And if you're going second every now and then, they'll have a card in grave you can negate. So this card can be really solid.
Yep.
And then I run 2 other play starters, Foolish Burial and 1 for 1. With Foolish Burial, you can send Core effect to special someone from deck, like Noxter, play Cyber Dragon from grave, that's Seeger. You can play, or you can send Cyber Dragon Hers to search for 1, or get 1 from grave. I feel like this card's really diverse and good for the deck. And then 1 for 1, you can just discard a monster, even being him, to get a search. And then you can play either him, and when he special summons himself, he can become level 5. Or you can play Noxter to special summon Cyber Dragon, or Nova, or Infinity, or Seeger from grave. Just another good play starter card that I like to go for. And then I run 3 fusion cards. I run the Overload Fusion, Cyberload Fusion, and Super Poly, just 1 of each. I want to bump up this card to more copies because I feel like every hand I have Overload. It's so easy to win the game. But I've been testing with 1, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I do want to try more though, since this card is just busted. I really don't understand why this card's allowed. Cyberload Fusion. So I'll elaborate. This one you can fuse from the grave by banishing. This one you can use face-up monsters you control or banish cards. So you can overload, banish all the materials, and then just cyberload and just use those and shuffle them back into the deck. But cyberload you can search with core, but only that monster you summoned with cyberload can attack that turn. Even if you link it away, that just means you can't attack that turn. So it's something people do need to be careful of when they go for their plays. And then the one Super Poly, since they can't respond to it, I'd like it as a fusion card sometimes. And I do run Super Poly targets in the extra deck and side deck, so this can come up. And then for the traps, 2 Cybernetic Overflow. Good God, is this card busted. There's no cost and no targeting for this effect, where you banish Cyber Dragons from your hand, field, or grave with different levels, and then you pop that many cards on the opponent's board at resolution. You don't banish for cost, so they can't, you don't banish for cost so if they negate it, you don't lose anything. You don't target so they don't know what you're going for. They don't know how many you're going to banish if you have in hand. They can, he just has 1 in grave, I'll just let it go, and you drop 3 from hand, you blow up their whole board, and it absolute blowout card. If they try to MST it, when it gets destroyed, you can add a Cyber Spell and Trap card. So, they go to MST it, you can just change its activation, get the pops, get the search. This card is insane. You can search it off core. If you don't have combo plays, I normally try to set this off core and then, see if I can pop the board and then go for the next turn with Contact Fusion and all that. For the extra deck, I run 1 Salamangreat Amirage. The reason you run this card is if, let's say you Cyber Emergency, search for Core. Normal summon Core, you can search for Repair Plant. And with Repair Plant, you need a Cyber Dragon monster in grave. So you link Core into Almirage just to get the Core in the grave. And then you can use this to make another search, say for like Noxer to keep making some plays, or just get one in grave and give something else. And then this card, you can tribute it on any player's turn, target a card he came destroyed by card effects. So you can tribute this card, target your Infinity that you're going to make, since this deck makes Infinity by accident. And then, you don't have to waste your negate on something that'll just pop it, so it lets you, stop like the real more crucial cards. I run Link Rebo. This is pretty much just a better Almirage for when you have to send the Cyber Dragon hers. It's not something you always want to go for, but I like having the option since it is good for negating and the points down, It's good stuff. I run 2 Seeger. I think 1 is alright, but I like 2 a lot more because of the amount of plays you can make with this card. Like, you can Seeger and just make another Seeger. Sometimes people just have monsters left over that you got nothing else to do with, so that if they pop 1, you still just got the other sitting, I feel like this card is just really solid. What it does is, I think it's any 2 machine monsters, 1 has to be Cyber Dragon to play it. If a monster has 2100 attack or defense, you can use this card's effect to target that monster, and they gain 2100 attack. But Seeger can't do battle damage this turn. That's a misconception a lot of people think, is that the monster you boost doesn't do damage.
No,
that's
Seeger.
not true. So you can target a card like, say, I'll show you right now, the 2 Traumatic Attack Rampage. With this card, you can attack multiple times when you mill cards from the deck to grave. So you can just send 2 cards, like, say, hers and anyone, and then hers gets a Cyber Dragon from the grave. So you can just, this card really just says search a card from your deck and it can attack 2 more times. It's kind of bonkers. And then when it's played, you can pop spell and traps equal to the number of materials you use for it, and it's like 2+. So if it's overload, you can just banish your whole grave, you pop 6. This card is really good, and you can use Seeger. Like the OTK combo you normally go for is Seeger, target him. And so he's 42, and he can attack 3 times, so it's just 42, 42, 42. Even if they have bodies, it still just runs over for like 12k. And you have Seeger to help go over a body, even though he doesn't do damage. Both of these cards are really good. This is your main, I think actually only Overload and Cyberload target. This card is it's just really strong.
See, the only reason why I do have one differ in mind is because I do run Chimera Tech Overdrive.
Want to pause everything?
The one that literally says I can just swing for as many monsters I used to summon for it.
Yeah, I don't
so we go Overload for this, and then I go Cyberload for him, which ends up clearing him off the board after he's already done with it. And then I just go, hey buddy, this thing's like 15,000 attack. Swing at your face.
Yeah. I thought about running them, but extra deck I feel like it's real tight.
Right.
I like this card. I feel like if you play this card and it doesn't get negated, like I don't think I've ever lost when this card resolves. It's just really strong.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, attack for 42 3 times. What are you doing? Spell and traps get blocked.
That's the name for the new rarity.
For a super poly target, I do run the 1 Starving Venom in the main deck. Just 2 darks. This was back when Orcust and Thunder was around, but I still think it is really solid because a lot of just rogue darkness around.
Orcust is still a damn thing.
Exactly, Orcust is still around.
Because people didn't realize that you can still go Orcust combo without Hard Pull.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just takes a little bit more thought. It just takes more thought.
Yeah, people gonna realize.
Why? Because Babel's still a damn thing.
Yeah, this deck destroys Orcust because you can just contact freeze their entire board into a 5k beat set. But I like this card as a super poly target in the main deck. I run 2 of the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. This card is honestly I don't get why this card's allowed.
This card, unfortunately, in the new Master Rule, this card is going to be considerably weaker.
Yeah, it is going to be a lot weaker.
That's why actually in mine I only run 1, and that's where I got the 15th spot for Overdragon.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. For Master Rule 5, I probably will end up doing that. So you can contact freeze this card with a Cyber Dragon monster and any card in the extra deck zone.
Yeah.
So if they play Appaloosa, you can just play a card, contact fuse. You can't respond to contact fusing because it's just an inherent summon. There's no effect to chain that can't negate it, and you just drop them on. It can be used as fusion material, so you can't just keep Mega Fleeting into Mega Fleet if for some reason you wanted to. And with Mega Fleet, he gains 12 per material, and you can actually use your own if you add, like, say, Almirage, one of theirs, and a Cyber Dragon, you can make him 36, but he's normally just 24 because you use 2, it's 12 per. Really solid card for breaking boards. Another thing that's of mention, if you have, you can contact fuse with set cards. So if they have Appaloosa, and core effect is mandatory, so if you summon them, they're going to pop them. And his effect is you can only use one per turn, so you couldn't even use Med's effect. You can set the core and then contact fuse to get rid of Appaloosa. That's something that came up today, but it's just a real solid thing to know about.
Okay.
I run the one Traumatic Fortress for the rare occasions where I need a beat stick, but it's mainly just for, getting rid of, the Kai drop on their board, or
right.
the Orcus, wipe their board. It's just a really solid card to have. I run 2 Nova, plays the Cyber Dragon from Grave, and by detaching the material, and you can banish the Cyber Dragon from field, I believe, to make this card gain 21. So if you have Seeger in this card, it's actually an OTK where you just attack with Seeger, attack with this guy, attack with the Cyber Dragon that you brung out, and then attack with him by banishing that card to gain 21. So it's 21 4 times, that's 84 for game. Just something to consider. And then the 2 Infinity God card. You can play it by just attaching it over him. You can target a face-up attack position monster, you just absorb it. And then it's just an Omni Negate if they activate a card or effect, detach, negate, destroy. This card's crazy. It gains 200 per material, which...
Huh?
You look so tired.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm always tired.
It gains 200 per material, which can come up sometimes, but it's just something to keep in mind that he's not always
Been up since
only
6 this
21.
morning, bro.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, this card is really good. Now, this last card, listen, it ain't an Austin deck, it got a little spice. Shout out to Gavin for this one. Paradise Smasher. So I'm gonna tell y'all.
Okay, I can't be mad at you for Paradise
I'm
Smasher.
gonna tell y'all why I run this card.
Because I actually was running that in Artifacts.
Yeah, when people see Cyber Dragons, they're almost always gonna be, alright, you go first. So what you do with this card, I'll show you real quick. Let me pull out my Galaxy Soldiers to show you. One Galaxy Soldier gets the other, so that's already 2 level 5s. And if you can Noxter out, or not Noxter, if you can Machine Noob out the other Cyber Dragon, or get it through other means, link these 3, Paradise Smasher. What this bad boy does, during the main phase, detach 2 materials.
You mean overlay those 3?
Oh, what
You
I
said
say?
Link.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Link's got me messed up.
Yeah, it's all the same summoning mechanic.
Yeah, with this one, you detach 2 materials, both of you roll 2 dice. Whoever has the higher total of dice cannot activate monster effects for this turn and the next turn.
They both roll 1 dice. 1 die.
No, it's 2. Yeah, you both roll 2 die.
That's why it's called Paradise.
Yeah, you both roll 2 die. Whoever has the higher result cannot activate monster effects. Now, the reason you have 3 and he detaches 2 is because you can detach a 3rd and you can change one of the die results to be a 7. Yeah, if he has it not. You don't detach for it?
We learned something new now.
Hey, hold on, look at that. Yo, yeah, if you have a 3rd material for it, you don't even have to detach. You can keep your Galaxy Soldier.
So that way when you got
If
that
you have a
card,
3rd
it
material,
changes itself.
you can change one of the die results to be a 7. Not even on the dice. It's almost impossible to lose the die roll when you have the 3rd, because you can just make, their lowest roll 7. It's insane. Like this card, they just can't activate monster effects. They pretty much draw, set 1 pass, and then you just OTK them through their 1 set card that just doesn't matter, because who runs floodgates nowadays?
Alta guys, Guru Control,
Exactly, all 2 guys Guru Control.
Gravekeepers, zombies.
Give me that.
Yeah, we just gotta pray they don't got the sauce, but
I'm so glad I found that.
yeah, Paradise Smasher is a hot tech.
As long as you don't go up against somebody who has back-to-back solemn strikes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be playing against a speed duel player, and they're gonna. It's my lucky day, you.
Yeah. Oh no. If they, not a lucky day. Yeah, if they got solemn strikes, they're gonna hit it before it gets to here. But this card is just so funny for and you can even just roll the dice for it if you can only manage 2. Just Galaxy Soldier, play this, and just pray you win the dice roll. And if you do, your opponent just passes. You're basically just taking another turn, really. It's kind of busted. I think it's kind of more of a joke card, but I think it is really good for going first.
Oh, it was meant to be a joke
Yeah,
card.
I
but
honestly
in
expect
certain
to see the
situations, that joke literally looks at him and goes, "Hey, I just turned myself into Azathoth for a turn."
Yeah, I expect more people to start playing this card when they start looking at it and everyone makes them go first. This card's a solid, I'm telling y'all. Number 67, bro, pick it up.
I wish the day Austin actually gambles with it, bro. He has the 2 materials, rolls the dice.
So for the side deck,
Oh god.
yeah, I run 2 Super Poly and then 2 more targets, just because it works in the deck. Super Poly, you know,
Guys out?
material and all that.
We're gonna go get food.
Okay.
He needs to stop explaining this card.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Yeah, I fucked up. I should have
Yeah, 3 Twin Twister, help pop. Raigeki to help break boards. Which is,
See, what they don't understand in this, I don't have a problem with you explaining.
Yeah, I got you.
I actually prefer it.
I'm helping for the people who don't know. Raigeki, who get to, and you know, if they have plasma with heroes nowadays, you don't really have an out to that except setting overflow and passing. So Raigeki helps you clear that board, you know, start making your plays again. For when they make me go first, I have the 3 Majesty's Fiend. You can just play, you know, like play Noxter or like play Galaxy Soldier, Tribute Summon, and a lot of decks just can't really get over this too easily. They have to just draw into the outs if they can't use monster effects for it. I run the 1 and then ending the Nightmare. Just helps pop floodgates, and an interesting interaction is the trap card that I run, the Cybernetic Overflow. If you activate that card, and I can't find it right now, but when you activate Cybernetic Overflow, you can chain with Unending Nightmare to pop it, and then you get the search offense. So that's just something to keep a note. But it's a really good anti-floodgate card. I like it a lot. And then the last side deck, I run 3 of the Lancia. Not only does this like help stop the plays of banishing decks, but if they system down or call by the grave you can just chain Lancia and it's negated. I really like Lancia in the side deck for this deck. I think
Oh, no, that's Christian.
I think it's pretty much the best side deck
that's
card
Christian stuff.
for Cyber Dragon, just because it stops Call by the Grave, system down, aside from just banished decks. And that's what I got for Cyber Dragon.
All right. Would you change anything in the man inside of the extra?
I think if I had to change something, I don't know if I would run more than 40 for it, or if I would try to make room. But I think the Overload Fusion, I would absolutely,
Run a second?
yeah, Overload, maybe a second or a third. I'm not sure how many is too many when it comes to Overload, but this card, it's never been in my hand, and I thought like, fuck, man, I really wish I did have this card. That card's just insane.
My only question for you is, how come you don't run Powerball?
I like the reliability.
For the random OTK cheese.
Yeah, I think it's really cool for the cheese, but I like Overload because it can confuse from graves, so I can make all my plays and then Overload as a backup or like a top deck. I don't want to have to have all the materials and then Power Bond. That's just my mentality with it, but I do respect Power Bond variants. Y'all are ballsier than I am. You know, I don't got that. But hey, it wasn't pleasure. Oh, you run Power Bond?
I won one.
Oh, that's my boy.
Actually, I run two. 1 cyber load, 1 super power.
You know, that's the song. I wish I had the guts for it, but
I do it strictly for the cheese because I run Chimera Tech Overdrive.
yeah, no, it gets real nasty with it. But.
So, but
Yeah.
anything else, man?
Yeah, I think Cyber Dragon's gonna be a really good next format. Master Rule 5, they might die down a little bit, but I'm excited.
The only card that's probably gonna get like taken. The only one who really gets hurt is Mega Fleet.
Yeah.
The rest of the deck is fine.
Yeah, exactly. You get Mega Fleet.
Because as long as they're
versus
running
board.
machines, you drop that that Cyber Dragon or one of those Cyber Dragon monsters, and it literally goes, "Hey, bro, hey, contact."
Yeah, not having to work around zones is gonna be real nice for like playing Seeger, like multiple Infinities from like the second
Right,
turn. We already got one, but I don't know. I'm excited to see how this deck progresses through the format. Because I feel like it's real good right now, especially with people still trying to cling on to Orcus. I feel like Cyber Dragon's just a really strong OTK deck, and I think it struggles against heroes a little bit if they get Plasma, but I don't know if heroes can play through Infinity too well, so I have to test more with that matchup to see, but I think this is a really cool OTK deck, good matchup against Orcus, I think it's pretty solid.
All right, folks, this has been your boy Jakari once again, Twisted Network Gaming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for all future notifications, and we got more to come. See you.